some of the hardest fights you have in marriage are hard because they never seem to go away, and you feel like you've got it licked, like you understand it, you guys have talked about it, and going forward it'll just continue to get better. But a lot of times you have these differences of personality that they don't ever just get fixed. They continue to take hard work, and if you ever lose your vigilance over them, they come back and they hurt you again. So we got in a fight about flowers and chocolate bar the other night. See, I brought these flowers home from work for my wife, and I set them on the table. And that was me loving her. That was my act of service. I thought about her and I brought them home. And later we were arguing about something, and I was like, what do you mean I'm not like loving you? I brought you these flowers today. And she goes, you didn't bring me flowers. You brought flowers home and you set them on the table, but you didn't give me flowers. See, my wife likes a moment of connection, right? That's gift giving and verbal affirmation versus the act of service. So to me, putting the flowers on the table was the act of service. What she wanted was for me to like present her the flowers and say, hey, I got these for you. I love you. I thought you'd appreciate them and it'd make your home more beautiful. So here you go. And we'd have a moment where we hugged and where we kissed or whatnot. And that would have a moment around the giving of the gift. Whereas to me, if I did that to her, then I would be looking for some kind of credit, some kind of praise, and it would undermine my loving act of service. So I didn't love her in the way that was meaningful to her. And then I felt bad later and angry, honest, that she didn't feel loved by what I gave her. She bought me my favorite chocolate bar when she went out for groceries yesterday. And when she got back, I found it. And I was so thankful. I felt loved. I saw it and I just instantly kind of smiled, and I was like, she got my chocolate bar. She thought about it. And she told me she was kind of disappointed. She goes, actually, I was disappointed when you found it. I wanted to give that to you because she likes to give gifts. And I said, I actually would have felt less loved by that, because as soon as you give it to me and you're looking at me with that smile, I feel like there's strings attached in some way. It's like, I'm giving this to you, but in return, I need some gratitude. I need some thanks. And I almost feel like there's strings attached to it. Like, this is only loving if I get something back from you for giving it to you. And that's not how she feels at all. She's like, no, I want to give you a gift, and that requires a moment of connection. Like, I want us to enjoy that together. So what does that mean? It just means that sometimes I give her gifts and I need to go make a big deal out of it and be intentional and give it to her, give her some words of affirmation, hug her and have a moment. And sometimes she just needs to buy a chocolate bar, put it in the closet and leave it there and wait for me to find it. And we have to do that for each other. And it's very hard because we just don't think about it. Like, I don't think about the connection moment when I give her something. And I have to be very thoughtful. She has to intentionally let go of a moment that she may have wanted with a gift that she's giving, just so I can experience it in the way that makes me feel loved and appreciated, because that's the ultimate goal. So we have to do those things for each other. It's always really hard when your love languages are opposite from each other, but super important to keep vigilant over that.